Welcome to Newsweek's 4th Annual Women in Leadership Conference.
Michelle Bernard. Michelle, thanks for being here. She's the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Women's Forum and also a political analyst on MSNBC.
It's been so interesting. I mean, I've been following both campaigns for a long time. Watching the speech that Barack Obama gave on Father's Day, to me, was a transformational experience, particularly as an African-American woman. And to hear him really talk about things that sometimes in the African-American population, people don't want you. They consider it airing dirty laundry. And for him to be able to go out publicly and speak about personal responsibility in all communities, but particularly in the African-American community, to me was transformational. The night that Obama gave his speech in Denver is a night I will never, ever in my life forget.
Were you there?
I was there. I was actually at NBC on the set with Chris Matthews and some of my other MSNBC colleagues, and everybody was crying. Men, women. It was a very, very visceral feeling just to watch him give that speech and really realize what we were watching. You know, I'm a first-generation American. My parents are immigrants. They're from Jamaica. And, you know, my father tells stories about leaving Jamaica, coming to the United States as a student. He had a job, one job after another, working in country clubs, and he kept getting fired because he refused to walk through the back door. And as a black man, he was told that he had to walk through the back door to go to work. So he would get fired all the time. And so to know my parents' history and then look at this black man standing on the stage accepting the Democratic nomination for President of the United States is just something I never thought I would see in the United States. So it was very transformational. Watching Sarah Palin give her speech on the Wednesday night in St. Paul, I was there in St. Paul and I watched her speak, and her speech, the delivery, was just wonderful. I mean, you have to love a woman with Moxy, you know, and she was just so energetic and very charming. The speech was very good. The delivery was good. And I also didn't expect to see that this year. I had sort of felt like it might happen on the Republican ticket, but not necessarily. You know, when I left Denver to go back to Washington, D.C., I got on my airplane being told that it was Pawlenty was going to be McCain's pick. And I arrived in Washington, D.C., and it was, you know, Sarah Palin mania. And so that was a very transformational experience also. Well, she says she's a feminist. I've heard her say on more than one occasion she's a feminist, and there are some sort of hardcore left-wing feminists that say no, she's not a feminist. They've got this checklist of things, and in order to have your feminist bona fides, you know, if you don't meet all the requirements on the checklist, they say you're not. But she says she is a feminist. I think she is feminism in its purest form because she really represents what, you know, earlier generations of women fought for, which was the right to do whatever you want to do with your career, to be a mother, to be governor, to run a corporation, to be a mayor. I mean, she's doing all of those things regardless of whether or not you agree or disagree with her political ideology. She really is a very good representation of what the women's rights movement was about.